everyone. This is opening box 4 of Annie's Crochet Striped Afghan monthly club. It's a club that you can join anytime of any month, and they just send it to you each month. And you can look back at my first video and you'll see you get a crochet hook and a needle and stitch it's escaping me. Stitch holders, not stitch holders, stitch markers, I'm sorry. So these first 3 was the first one. The next 3 was the next one, and this is the last one that I just did. This is 1, 2, this is 3. We got this little checkerboard kind of thing. It kind of reminds me more of a houndstooth than a checkerboard. And then we got these little, and you see them little, they're like little X's. That was kind of fun. And so far, nothing's been very hard. Like I say every video, I'm not an experienced crocheter. I didn't do it for many, many years, and I started back a while ago, and I just wanted a project that, a monthly project that wasn't overwhelming. And so far, the 3 strips, because they're fairly small, and generally, like if you have like, a fancy one, you might get an easier one next. But so far, nothing's been too difficult. Instructions are good. So I'm going to show this one today. Because this was done without, so a lot of times when you have like 2 colors in a row, you'd run one color while you're working the other one behind, and then you'd switch and run the other one behind while you're working the color. And so this isn't done that way. So it says checkerboard, but I'm not sure if it's, I've seen checkerboards that they actually did a checkerboard. So this is kind of, I don't know, plaiddy checkerboard or houndstooth checkerboard, but it was interesting to do. And I'll show you a variation of it because I don't want to show their exact one. Because that's not fair to the people that buy the club. I'll leave a link down below if you'd like to join the club. I pay for my club myself. It didn't come to me for free. They don't know me from a hill of beans. But I do get it is an affiliate link, and I do get a little commission should you subscribe to the club or to any of the clubs through my link. No extra expense to you. So I appreciate it for those that take advantage of that. So let's get the box open. So let me just set this aside. It's getting kind of long now. I won't be able to show you the whole thing that easily. So this is folded into about fourths. I was trying to remember I think I said in the first one how long it is, how big it is, because in none of the little books does it say. So let me get the next box or bag out, and I always cut the end off because, like I say, I don't want to be struggling. You don't have to watch me struggle with it. And so they always give you your billing information. So it's a nice padded envelope. So I guess we need some scissors. So it looks like today we're getting no new colors, which makes sense. I mean, there's, you only want so many colors in there. I have to tell you, so this heavy piece of cardboard is in this every time, so I have to show you what I did with my cardboard. So I made this little, I call it a little basket to hold my yarns for each month. And so I put the cardboard, fits perfectly in the bottom. I think I'll stick 2 of them in there. So it makes it a little stiffer at the bottom to hold that. And I've got 2 little handles, see? So, and it's squared on the sides. If you are a sewer, you can just go to my Saturday sew-alongs on YouTube, and I made this. We sewed along and made this right online live one day, so you can make one of these yourself. I use denim on the inside, give it a little more body. And if you want more body to it, you just do a fusible interfacing like Shape Flex to give it more body. I didn't, because if I'm not using it, I just wanted to be able to fold it up. But you can see the yarns, which we've got I know you watch me find this every time, Seafoam. And I know this one is Harbor. And this one is Cream, I think. Yep, Cream. So there's not a lot to, so see, they fit in there just perfectly. And then I can put my little tool bag, which you use the same type of fabric, fishy kind of fabric. This one's sea turtles. Fits right in there along with my pattern. And when I first got this kit, it came with this heavy plastic. See if you can see this heavy plastic storage bag, I guess it is, because the crochet needle, or the crochet hook and the needle were in this side. But I just keep putting all of my little patterns in there, and on the back I can just get to it. This is the stitch guide that you got back at the beginning, so I just keep adding them in there until I get done with my sample and put it in my resource book. And that fits right in here, or I can put it down sideways. So it's almost like this bag was made for this. So let me just set this aside for a moment, and let's see what patterns we have today. So this is stripes 10, 11, and 12, 10 through 12. And see, there's the little area that we just did, or I just did. So, oh no, I'm way down here. I was wondering how I got way up there. I'm way down here. I was all confused there for a minute. And that's where the little X is, that's where we just ended. So we're way down. Oh, here it goes. It goes down this way. Phew, I thought, wow, mine didn't look quite like that. So that's another different way of doing a checkerboard. Can you see? It looks like a little Pac-Man. But I'm trying to do it so it doesn't shine. So I'm down here in this little area. So let's see what we got for. So there's our three types of stitching, 3 rows. So that'll go pretty fast because that's kind of holy. So it's let's see if they named them. So a rib stitch. I'm going to be doing a rib stitch and a bead stitch and double crochet lace stripes. So I'll just show you that again. So that's going to be interesting. So I guess it's supposed to look like knit ribbing. And I think I told you, if you don't crochet and you knit, they have this same pattern, obviously, but with knit, same colors, but with knit stitches. And they also have another different colorway. I wanted something different than I usually make for my sewing and all that. So I picked this one. It's, summery, beachy theme, I guess. So that's all that. So I think I said last week, so I'm going to stick that up in my bag. Let me move this out of the way. And let's get out our crochet hook and scissors right nearby. My little sample, and we left off with the double crochet. Let me get my little pad there so the sun doesn't shine on it, so the light isn't shining on that white so much. And remember, I told you I leave a big loop. So let me get my yarns ready because I'm going to do 3 colors. So let me get my yarns ready and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get started. Had a single I put a single crochet across, just because I like to do that before I start something new. I don't know why. I just do. So this is going to be using a double crochet. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to, let's see, where am I? We're going to double crochet in each of the, I wrote down, so this can be done in any groups of stitches, skipping any groups of stitches that you want. So I'm going to do it in 2. So I'm going to double crochet in the next 2. So remember, double crochet I showed you last time. We're going to yarn over and then through 2 and through. Oh, let me do that again because I made that so loose. So double crochet in the first 2. And you could do 3 or 4, whatever. You don't think you'd want to do more than that. Or maybe it's just 2. And then we're going to chain 2 because we're going to skip 2. So then we're going to skip 2 stitches because we chained 2 across. We're going to go in the 3rd one and double crochet. We're going to do 2 again like we did last time. And then, so see, we got these little spaces. And then we're going to chain 2 because we're going to skip 2 more stitches. And again, like I said, you could do 3. And so I'm going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. So I'm skipping 2 of the V's. 1, 2. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, double crochet in 2, skip 2, 1, 2, skip, see we're skipping 2 stitches again, double crochet in the next 2. And you got to be a little more careful because it's you got those chain stitches. It makes everything, to me, it makes everything looser. So I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to skip 2 again and double crochet. And I'm just going to double crochet in the last 3, I think. I think there's 3. Because I don't remember how many stitches I started out with. Okay, then we're going to turn. You see, we got these big holes. So we're going to turn. Oh, so before I turned, because I'm going to change color. So I'm going to go back halfway through my double crochet. So before I pull that last loop through, I'm going to put in a different color. If I can find the end, there it is. Well, let's try this. We haven't used this one in a while. What's this? Oh, cappuccino. So I'm going to pull that through to finish that last double crochet. I'm going to tie these. And last month I did the how to weave in these tie-offs. So I'm just going to leave that for now. Turn my work. I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to, now this one isn't going to look quite right on part of it. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm not in the camera there. This isn't going to look quite right for part of it, only because of the way I ended here, but this part will be correct. So I'm going to, let me double check. So I'm going to single crochet in that first one. Maybe I did do it right. Maybe I do have the right amount of stitches. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna single crochet in the first one because I got 3 stitches here. Then I'm gonna chain 2. So this time I'm gonna chain over where the stitches were, and I'm gonna stitch in the holes. So I'm gonna chain 2, and I'm going to come down and pick up these stitches from the previous row. So let's say that single crochet I did across was row 1, and that first double crochet with the skips is row 2. I'm taking the little V's, you can see them right there, and I'm using those, but I'm going to catch this inside of it. So double crochets, yarn over. So I'm going to yarn over before I do anything. I'm going to come in through the front, just like normal, except I'm coming down. See how I'm down? I'm down here. Let me do that again. So I'm going to yarn over, come down through here, and see how my yarn is going over this chain part. That's fine. And I'm going to do my double crochet. And so it's gone around the chain. So you're not going to be able to see the chain anymore. So, and there's only 2 stitches there. You'll see it'll start to make sense in a minute. So remember, I've got 2 double crochets here, so I'm going to chain over those. Let me grab this yarn from the outside. I just want to make sure I have enough yarn there. And then I'm going to come over again to this area, and right here, see these are the 2 stitches from row 1. The one I just did was row 2. We're on row 3. So yarn over, coming in the front through those 2 stitches, but my yarn, you can see my yarn is going over where those chains were. So in essence, I'm catching those chain stitches inside these stitches, these double crochets. So this is like getting 2 colors in your row without running yarn behind. And I'm going to do 2 chains. And again, yarn over, coming down. And I only have 1 stitch there left to pick from. What I'm trying to be careful not to do is have these big long stitches as best I can. I don't want to make it too tight because everything will bunch up, but I feel like I get extra loosey-goosey here. Okay, again, I'm coming over the 2 double crochets we did last time. So I'm going to chain, then down to that row 1 again. And we're doing the 2 double crochets. Okay. And let's see, I wrote this down. I'll double check what I'm doing at the end. So I've got to do 2 chains because I'm coming over where I had those before. And then I'm going to just single crochet in the last spot. Oh, I got to stop because I'm changing to another color. I see the end. They're getting so not much left to them. So remember, I'm changing color, so I'm going to, halfway through my last stitch, I'm changing to the new color so that that's on my crochet hook before I start. And let's just tie these off. Okay, we're going to turn the work and make sure we don't grab onto the tail by mistake. So let me get that over this way. And just check my notes again. Okay, we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to do a single crochet. And we only got one little spot to do it in. You can see right there. Before we hit this hole. And now remember, when there's a hole, and you can see how it looks. It doesn't look the best yet because we still got this hole here. Okay. So on this one, let's see. It's just going to be our last row. Let me double check my notes and make sure that this is my last, I'm going to do this as my last color. I want to make sure I get that last row right. Okay, I just had to double check. So you know I was doing double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain. I did the same thing on this one, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain. Well, we don't want to chain this time because we'd have this big hole. So however many rows of colors you're doing, on the last color, you don't want to do that chain stitch. So what we're going to do is, we've got that hole. So remember, we're coming down. So I'm coming down to the blue or the harbor color. You can see it better now. And there's just 2, there's just 2 V's there. So you can't go wrong. It's just a little awkward. And remember, the yarn is going around this chains here. So we're going to do 2 of those. All right, now before I was doing chain 2. But again, we don't want to have another hole. So we're just going to do 2 single crochets where the double crochets are. And that's going to close everything up. So again, we're in the hole, so we're going to fill the hole with our double crochets. Okay, so see, there's no hole, like see how the hole is here. We're not leaving any hole this time. So you can start to see there's our, well, it'd been easier if I had changed this color from here to a different color, but that's our first color right there. So instead of the chain 2, we're doing single crochets. So this was kind of a fun stitch. It's a little different in the pattern, but this is the, general idea of it. Oh, we got some kind of knot thing going on. Here we go. I think we're good. So I'll just finish up this row. Again, no chains, single crochet. So you're single crocheting in the double crochet of the last row. And you're double crocheting in the row before the last row with closing up that space. So you notice no matter what you're doing, it's double crochet, single crochet. Next time I'll show triple crochet. It's just, spacing and whether you're going into the whole V or part of the V at the top. So it hasn't been too hard. Like I said, it has been years since I crocheted. So I made a couple little pot holders before I started this, but it doesn't seem too bad. And then we're just going to single crochet in the last stitch. Oh, that was the double crochet, wasn't it? Hey, gotta watch me. I know I gotta watch myself. And I'm just gonna pull this up for the next time. So here's what we have now. So again, this would have looked a little, you would have seen this third color more had I not, I should have changed it, but I wasn't even thinking about it. But doesn't that look pretty good? And all the holes that we had are gone. So that's the checkerboard. I call it kind of the plaid checkerboard because it's not quite a checkerboard to me. So I'm going to name it the plaid checkerboard. So we're getting quite a few stitches on here. So I think that after this next piece to the sample, I'll start a new sample and take the four stitch guides and put everything in a plastic sleeve together. So I don't get too many stitches going on one sample and don't have a clue how to find them. And you'll take care of your stitches, your ends, the same way we did last time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're doing at least your little sample and trying it out. Nobody sees it. If it doesn't come out perfect, it's okay, but it might get you to start a bigger project. So start with something little, just playing around. You can do that. That's fine, and you could just keep going, and you'll end up with a real fancy pot holder or mug rug or something going there. That'd be cool. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.